Hey, welcome to Young Black and Professional. So today we are going to be talking about why I chose grad school. Because some of you may be like, I don't know if I want to do grad school. I want to go to the real world. It's so many options. I'm tired of school, but they ain't paying nothing with my bachelor's. What am I gonna do? Well, I'm here to talk to you about why I chose what I chose, and maybe it can help you a little bit through your journey. In fact, I know it will, because it'll help you with some of the thoughts that are in your mind. So before we get started, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Don't just hide all the information for you, okay? Share it. But definitely like, subscribe, and share. And also, recent grad boot camp is open and available. I teach you everything you need to know to land a job at the college. I'm talking about you get a new resume, new cover letter, new digital portfolio, you get interview techniques, bonus courses, or I'm teaching you how to turn your internship into a job offer. It's so much, but check it out on our website. Sign up. I'm here for you. I got you. All right. So if you don't know about me, I did my master's in public health, and I also received my doctorate in public health as well this year. Yay me. But it wasn't always I knew I wanted to go to grad school. Originally, when I was in undergrad, I did undergrad at Florida State. Go Noles, you know, I'm a no all day, every day. And I did grad school at FAMU. I am also a Rattler. I love my HBCU. Just saying. But I didn't always know that I wanted to go to grad school. I knew I wanted to go to med school when I was in undergrad, but that changed when I took physics and organic chemistry. I was like, y'all want me to do what? Gravity is what? 9.8 what? Okay. So I was just like, man, I don't know if I really want to do this. So once I graduated undergrad, still didn't know what I wanted to do, and I was stressed. When I tell you, baby, I was stressed about what to do at the college. I didn't know. I didn't know what path I should take, where I should go, what I even like to do. So this is what I did. While I was in undergrad, I ended up getting my medical assistant certification. Since I knew I wanted to work in the health field somewhat, kinda, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna work as a medical assistant for a little while, and we're gonna see how it goes. I seen the pay that I was gonna be getting as a medical assistant. I was like, I'm still gonna do it, because I need a job. And two, you know, this is experience to know if I do want to go to med school or not. I was able to be a medical assistant for a black doctor, a black family doctor. He was amazing. And I learned so much. I had a good time. I got to talk with patients and educate those patients and just understand their lives and their histories and how they got to be where they are. I got to really, you know, he served a, you know, black population, older, especially a lot of older black people he served. A lot of them had chronic diseases. So, you know, I started thinking, like, what could I do in the health field? And by that point, I had been a few months in, and I was like, I gotta go back to school, because I ain't making no money. You know, I need some money. I need to be able to live and, you know, have a career. So I was like, public health. All right, this sounds good. Let me go ahead and sign up. So I applied. I only applied to FAMU's program. That's all I applied to. I talked with the admissions person, and, you know, I was concerned about my GRE scores, because I was like maybe like 2-3 points off from what they wanted. And I was like, man, I don't want to take this GRE again. So I talked to them. I called them up. Hey, you think I should take my GRE again? Their response, don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Okay. Alright. I got in. Because I think that, one, I actually reached out and talked to the admissions person. And because I did that, I feel like, you know, they kind of knew my name, and they knew, you know, my background. So when it came time to select a person for the program, I was there. So that's when to talk to people. So after I got in, the question was, of course, how I'm gonna pay for this? I ended up taking out loans for my master's degree. I do not recommend taking out loans. If you can help it or avoid it, because it's a trap, y'all. Loans is a trap. But if you can avoid it, I mean, honestly, I feel like I'm getting a return on my investment into my education. I definitely am. But avoid it at all costs. Look for scholarships, look for other opportunities. And we had like little scholarships that would help us supplement some things, but at the end of the day, we still gotta live. And I worked full time while I was in grad school. So I didn't come out of undergrad with many loans. I had a few, but not many at all. I didn't have that much that I owed. So I was a little more comfortable with taking out loans for my master's program since I didn't owe as much. So while I was in my master's program, I really found out that I love public health. Didn't know that. Barely knew what it was when I signed up. Just knew it was in healthcare, and I didn't want to be a medical assistant forever. However, I took a leap. I went out there and I did it, and I ended up loving it. Loving it. And some of you may know my story that I ended up getting my career starting job before I graduated my master's program, which was great. And I was able to start working full time before I graduated. I was even working still as a medical assistant while I was in grad school. So I was working on top of taking out loans. That's to show you how much I wasn't getting paid. I still had to take out loans, and on top of that, I had a little bit of money coming in from like a scholarship for my master's program, but I needed all of that. So the bulk of my student loans came from a master's program. And, you know, fast forward, I decided to go for my doctorate right after. So I did my doctorate. I graduated my master's program in August of 2016. And I jumped right into the master's program, or the doctoral program, that same August. I was ready to go. Because one, I didn't want to look back and be like, man, I should have went to school when I had a chance, because sometimes life happens, right? You get so caught up in life and you think about going back to school, but it doesn't happen. You have a family, you get married, all these things happen, and you know, you just lose sight of that. So I wanted to get it done as quickly as possible. So I wanted to just go for it. And that's what I did. I was like, you know what, let me do this at FAMU as well. I know all these people, I know all these professors. They love me, I love them. You know, they're gonna help further my research, further the things that I wanna learn and do. Why not? And I ended up getting a fellowship. So one, I did not wanna have to take out loans for a doctoral program. Now, since the doctoral degree in public health, well, a lot of doctoral programs are fully funded. I'm gonna tell you that. A lot of them are fully funded, which is amazing and great. And a lot of them offer assistantships and TAships where you can go and you work for your professor or your advisor or whoever, and you get paid for that. So you don't have to do actual work, go get an actual job. You can just focus on being a student, which I recommend. Focus on being a student if you can. But if you cannot and you have to work, then do it. Now, I chose to work, and I had a fellowship that fully funded my, it was a McKnight fellowship. And if you're in Florida, if you're considering the doctoral program, definitely check out the McKnight fellowship. But I had that, and it paid for my tuition, and then it gave me a stipend each semester. Now, the lifestyle I am accustomed to, that stipend wasn't enough for me. And then, you know, I got my career starting job before I graduated my master's program. So I was already working full time for the State Department of Health. So I had to figure out, all right, now I'm going back to get my doctoral degree, and I gotta let these people know I need them to be flexible with my schedule, because FAMU want to have some classes at 9 a.m. So I'm praying to God that they're gonna be flexible with my schedule. And God smiled down on me, because my bureau chief at the time had not too long ago finished her doctorate of public health from FAMU. So she was an advocate for going to school and working, because she did it. And she knows it can be done, and she knows that going to school and learning, especially if you're going to school for public health and you're working in public health, or you're going to school in a certain field and you're working in that same field, you get so much things to add to your position. Like, you're learning these techniques and then you're applying them to your position. Like, they get a win-win. Basically, they're pretty much getting on-the-job training that they don't have to pay for, because you are in it. However, now, one hack I also did too, I worked for the State Department of Health, and what they did, they paid for up to 6 credit hours per semester for you to go to school. Check with your job, y'all. Check with your job to see if they'll cover any of your tuition. A lot of employers do, but you won't know until you ask. So I didn't, of course, take that because I had the fellowship that I had. So yeah, but definitely, you know, I did that, and my boss was so flexible. They were able to work with me, and I love my job and I love what I do. So I took my work home with me a lot of the times. Yeah, I did. I know. But yeah, so I mean, money was definitely a consideration in going to grad school. So think about your financial situation. That's a big deal. You know, if you can take on more loans, or if you don't want to take on more loans, I recommend not taking on more loans. Not at all. That's not something I advocate for at all. But one of the things, if you know this is what you want to do, you know you're going to get a return on your investment, then do it. ROI, return on investment. Big deal. Whatever field you're in, it's a big deal. So think about that. Think about the time commitment that you're going to have. Now, if you have a family, some people, it may hold some people back. However, I was in classes with people who are married with 3 kids. It just depends on your situation and what you want, you know. So think about all of those things. Think about your timeline for your life when you're signing up for grad school. Think about your current job. Are you going to still be able to work? Are they going to be flexible with your schedule? So put all those things into consideration, and then really get clear on what you want out of a career. Because if you're just going to get a master's degree just because you want to go back to school and you're not even sure what you want to do, you're wasting your time and your money. Period. You're wasting your time and your money, and don't do it. Just do not waste your time. Do not waste your money. One thing I hate is wasted time, and I also hate wasted money. So I'm telling you right now, if you're not clear on, you know, where you want your career to progress, and you don't have to know, I want to do this exact thing, yada yada yada. You don't have to know it to that detail, but just know the path that you want to go on. Just know if you want to become, you know, I could say I wanted to become, you know, a doctor in my field, and I wanted to work on a policy level. I know that the steps I got to take to do that are at least a master's degree. You know, at least a master's degree. Doctorate degree will definitely get me there. So think about all these things and then go for it, y'all. I did it. You can do it. This small town girl from Madison County, Florida can do it. Then you can definitely do it. You can do anything you set your mind to, and don't let anybody tell you any different, because I'm telling you that you got this. Well, all right. I will see you next time. We'll talk next time. Leave us a comment. Drop me something down there. Let me know what your thoughts are. Are you considering grad school? Are you in it? I've talked to some people that are in it and just like, why am I here? I don't even want to be here right now, but I'm here because I'm supposed to go to school. Don't let that be you. All right, y'all. Talk to you again next week. Bye.